Hey, loves. So today I want to come back with a video in regards to a 13-year-old girl that went missing in Toledo, Ohio. So if you go right underneath this video, you'll see part one. So in part one, the little girl grandma on the news saying that the little girl called her dad around 9 p.m. Sunday night and said that she was afraid that someone was trying to break in the house. So he said that him and his cousin went to the home and sat with her for like 2 hours, and then they end up leaving. So my question was like, nah, you failed that little girl. Why would y'all leave her there? She's telling y'all, look, it seems like somebody's breaking in the house. Y'all, I can't stand something smell fishy about this case. I kept saying something smell fishy about this case. So I'm just going to give y'all a quick bite drop for those that don't want to go watch part one. Basically, she lives with the grandmother. I'm not sure what reason she lives with the grandmother. The grandmother said she came home Monday morning and the little girl wasn't there. Then she switched it to Tuesday morning. And in the midst of all that, she's saying that the little girl called her dad, which was called her dad Sunday night and told him she was afraid someone was trying to break in the house. Come to find out, that nigga not even that girl daddy. That nigga is the grandmama, one of the grandmama boyfriends, supposedly. I think that's what they're saying. I don't think they're saying he is a 13-year-old boyfriend. I knew something was fishy. I knew something was fishy about this. So y'all, here we go. We got another NAZIYAH. So let's go ahead. Let's watch the video together.
All right, you guys. So there's a 13-year-old that is missing out of Toledo, Ohio. And her name is Kei'Mani Latigue. Now, before I start this video, let me say this. There are a lot of twists and turns in this case. There's a lot of misinformation. 1 minute people are saying this, 1 minute people are saying that. But I'm going to do my best to try to tell this whole case in full so that you guys can fully understand what's going on and so that we can find Kei'Mani. So at first, it was believed that she was last seen on March 16th. There were multiple news sources that said March 16th. Her grandmother said March 16th, and that is the person who she was living with. So from the grandmother's version of events, she went to work at some point in time and she came back home around 9 a.m. in the morning. Once she came back home, Kei'Mani was gone. Her house was in disarray and there was no sign of her anywhere.
Off of work at 9 o'clock. I made it home like 9:40 that morning. She wasn't here. There were things in the floor that should not have been. That's what caused the alarm. So I called the school to speak with her. I asked them, could I speak with her? And then they did. They contacted the principal, her teacher, and the gym teacher. And all three of those guys said that she was not there.
So as everybody started to learn about Kei'Mani's disappearance, her mom ended up posting TikToks about her. And this made friends from her school comment on those TikToks and say, hey, Kei'Mani could not have been missing since Sunday or Monday because we saw her at school on Monday. Now, I want you guys to read that bottom comment. It says the news said that the last time they saw her was Sunday, but she was at school Monday. We were at lunch. So after that, the story then changed to her last being seen on Tuesday.
Was last seen in the early hours of Tuesday morning. Latigue's family says she was not answering her phone, and that behavior was out of the ordinary for her.
So then that's when more details started to come out, and this is what Kei'Mani's mother said on her TikTok. Now, she said her daughter's dad and her daughter's dad's cousin went over to the house on that night that she was last seen. So from what they're saying, Kei'Mani was scared that somebody was trying to break in. Now, the dad did go over there and sit with her till about 12:30 before leaving. So the dad also told this to the news. So this is a portion of the article where the dad tells them the same exact thing. But if you look here, this says Sunday night, y'all. So was she last seen Sunday night or was she last seen the early mornings of Tuesday? Something is not making sense. Now, another thing I want to point out is her mother said that was her dad. In the news clipping, it says that was her dad. But if you go over to Prophet P.I. on TikTok, he actually did some digging and talked to a cousin. And this is what he had to say.
It was in disarray. Everything that's going on with that house right there, it was staged. Then I'm also finding out, allegedly, that the man that claimed that he's the dad that came over there is not the father. He's one of her boyfriends. And They all live in the house or stay.
So who was actually the last person to see her?
I mean, he's who boyfriend? Is he the grandmother's boyfriend or is he the 13-year-old boyfriend?
So this is what Kei'Mani's mother had to say to the news. Now, let me point this out. She did not live with the mother. She was actually living with the grandmother when all of this took place.
It would be the world to me. Like this, I hate to, I don't like cursing, but honestly, this is breaking me.
You failed your daughter too, because again, I'm gonna say, if any man living around my daughter, and your mother clearly looks so much older than the guy, if any, especially in that situation, if they live around my children or my grandchildren, yeah, they're gonna be watched like a hawk. So don't get on the camera with all these crocodile tears now, because you knew she lived with your mom. You knew your mom had a younger man there. And I don't even live in the house or in the neighborhood or in the city, and I knew something smelled fishy. Stop playing. We ain't finna let you play.
I've been falling the apart since I found out. I've legitimately been on social media since the minute.
You been on social media, ho, get your ass in the streets of Toledo, Ohio, and look around that house and y'all, I'm gonna play the video.
I found out, spreading awareness, sending out flyers, contact information, anything to get my baby home. I have not slept in 3 days. I have not ate in 3 days.
So we know that Kei'Mani is 13 years old. And as I was looking into this case, I ended up finding a TikTok page that belongs to her. Now, the last time that she posted on TikTok was March 9th, which would have been about, give or take, about a week and a half ago. So what I want to point out is the missing person pictures that the family is putting out. If you can see her on TikTok, she looks drastically older than what the pictures are that they're putting out. Now, I don't know if they don't have any updated pictures of her.
They definitely got an updated picture. They got one right there, just like you screenshotted. So what's going on is that the grandmama got something to do with it too. She know that younger nigga. Because let me tell you something. You see a nigga watching them kids before the kids see him watching them. She seen that nigga was being weird with that little girl and probably taking her to the store and being friendly with her, grooming her. She seen that. So she put a little girl picture out to make the world think, oh, she was a smaller girl. Because if the world would have seen she was that big to start with, I kept saying something was fishy. Now I see why.
But as you can see, this looks like a totally different child. You can still tell that it's her, but her stature, her hair, everything, I mean, she just looks totally different. So why not put out pictures of her that's up to date? Another odd thing is some text messages that the grandmother says she got from a kidnapper. But y'all, if you look closely at the messages, the grandmother was actually texting herself. So what is going on in this?
So the grandmama slow. Because if you going to pretend like a kidnapper done kidnapped your grandbaby, why wouldn't you text from a different phone? Yeah, you slow. She's slow. Shout out to Big Draco.
Case, why would she fake messages from a kidnapper? Like, this is just too much, y'all. Like, my heart breaks for this baby, and I want her to be found, and I want her to be safe. But I'm also afraid of what she might have been dealing with in her home. Now, let me say this. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. We're not accusing anyone of anything. But I'm hoping...
I'm Big Draco. I love you, baby. But yes, we is. We is accusing them of something. We're accusing them of that nigga doing something to this baby and the grandmammy knowing it. And the mammy stood by and didn't go check on that baby like she should have, or seen, or didn't look closely, or didn't stay woke. Because if she was woke, she would have been like, nah, I don't like him being around my daughter. I'm going to bring her back home.
My heart that she's out there somewhere, but this screams foul play, and I think that something else took place. Now, if you have any information on the disappearance of Kei'Mani Latigue, please contact police in Toledo, Ohio. And as always, you guys, make sure you blow this up, share this. I will keep you guys updated as more information comes out. And y'all, one thing I want to say about this case, please do not get mad at creators that are helping covering this case, putting information out. Because I promise y'all, there are so many different stories that are being told in this case. And it is making it extremely hard to pick out what's true and what's false. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Let's bring this baby home, y'all.
So, y'all, we got an update. It's a sad update. But again, like I say, shout out to Big Draco. She be on her. Her it.
So finally, y'all, we have an updated picture of Kei'Mani. Now, Kei'Mani, she's still missing, but we are now learning more information on the family dynamic, because I know a lot of people were wondering, where was her mom? Why was she living with the grandmother? And her mom actually went live last night on Facebook. So from the information that I gathered, when Kei'Mani's mom actually gave birth to her, she was taken away from her at the hospital. So the grandmother, Dorothy, the person that Kei'Mani was living with, allegedly there were a bunch of false allegations made against Kei'Mani's mother by her. She said that Kei'Mani's mother was on drugs, she was homeless. So Kei'Mani has been living with her grandmother since she's been born. So that explains why Kei'Mani lives with the grandmother. Now, another thing that I want to point out in this case is, if you remember when Kei'Mani's grandmother did that interview, she specifically said that nobody lives in that house but her and her granddaughter.
Other than her and I, it's just the two dogs in the house.
But you guys, in a live video last night, Kei'Mani's mother actually came out and said, no, I know for a fact that my mom has people living in that house. So from what she's saying, her mom picked up these random people off the street, and these people live with her mother. So apparently it's this lady and it's her boyfriend. But the boyfriend has a very lengthy criminal history. And from what some of her friends at school are saying, Kei'Mani would vent to her about things that he was doing to make her feel uncomfortable. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because it's something else that the grandmother said in that interview that kind of caught my eye. She said that her granddaughter's underwears were left in one place and then her pajamas was left in another place.
Kind of suspicious. Then her glasses and her underclothes were by the couch in the front room. Her pajamas were in the dining room and the floor.
So y'all, my thing is this: if you know you have these strange people living in your home, why would you then turn around and say, oh, nobody lives with me but Kei'Mani and the dogs? If you saw that her underclothes were left in one spot, her pajamas were left in another spot, something in that home had to have happened to this child. Okay, so in the live last night, the mother basically came out and said, look, there was a situation that took place that is very alarming. So since listening to the mother, I know listening to that interview, a lot of people was like, the mother does not sound genuine. But I think the mother was not around for a lot of the stuff that was going on. So the mother honestly doesn't know. Because you have to remember, Kei'Mani has been living with her grandmother since the day she was born. So the mother, she said in the live that she had some people that was out looking for Kei'Mani, some of her cousins, some of her relatives, when one of these cousins had to end up using the bathroom. Now, they were in like the area of the grandmother's house, so they decided to just go to Dorothy's house to use the bathroom. Now, y'all, they're saying that when they went to this house, the first time they knocked, nobody came to the door. So they end up leaving. Now, once they started to leave, they then saw a light turn on upstairs, so they knew that somebody was home. But once they went back to try to knock again, nobody still answered the door, but they heard shuffling in the house. So they decided to leave. The cousin was like, I'll just hold it. It's not that deep. But eventually they had to use the bathroom. They couldn't hold it. So they decided to go around the house. And that's when they heard something strange, y'all. Listen to this.
He said that while he was back there, he said he couldn't pinpoint where the sound was coming from. But he heard a female voice say, stop, that's enough, stop.
So the cousin is around the house just trying to use the bathroom. And that's when he hear all these noises and people screaming, stop. So at some point in time, the grandmother ends up pulling back up to the house. And y'all, what they say they saw the grandmother do is completely crazy. Listen to this.
Pull up, run up to the house, to the side of the house, open the garbage, throws the bag in there, and then runs in the house and locks the door. And so my little cousin's like, wait, because I know she saw us. Why she ain't say nothing? And what was in that bag? So they go in the trash can on the side of my mama's house. And when they opened it, they said it was a Dollar General bag with balled up clothes in it. And on top of the bag was a set of gloves, like rubber gloves. And they said that some of them clothes in that bag looking like it had blood on it.
So the grandmother, Dorothy, she comes back home, she throws a bag in the garbage, and she runs in the house and locks the door. The cousins, they're curious, so they go to the garbage and look in the garbage, and they see a bag with clothes and gloves in it that look like it has blood on it. So to confirm this, I actually saw a post that was written by another family member. And as you can see, y'all, the first thing they post about is that bloody stuff that was found in the garbage. They also go on to say that there was video footage from neighbors' ring cams, and Kei'Mani never left that house. They also go on to talk about the people that were living upstairs in the grandmother's home. And y'all, this case is just extremely sad because in my opinion, I feel like something happened to this baby in that grandmother's home. Now, y'all, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and it's very rare that you hear me accuse anyone of anything. But this case is reminding me so much of NAZIYAH Harris' case. Is crazy. What was going on in this grandmother's home? Why was she housing people that she didn't know? Now, let me say this. Everything is alleged for legal reasons. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. But somebody knows where this baby is, and police need to get the cadaver dogs and search dogs around their home. And they need to search that grandmother's car, because I'm telling you, y'all, somebody knows something. Now, Prophet P.I., he's actually talking to the family. So if you go over there to his page, he has a lot of more information. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this update.
It's so sad, y'all. It's so sad, y'all. It's so sad. So this the final outcome, y'all. It's so sad.
Toledo, Ohio, in an abandoned place. All right, you guys. So we do have a very tragic update in the case of Kei'Mani Latigue. So a body has been found on the 1100th block of Miami Street in Toledo, Ohio, in an abandoned place. Now, from what they're saying, they do believe this to be the body of 13-year-old Kei'Mani. Now, as we know, the father does have a warrant out for abduction, and we don't know if these charges will be upgraded or if anybody else will be charged. Sadly, where she was found is only about a 10-minute drive away from where she lived. This is an extremely sad update in this case, you guys. I was really hoping for the best and hoping that Kei'Mani would be found alive. Now, as of right now, that is all the information that we have. Like I said before, we don't know if other charges will come out or if anyone else is responsible. My heart absolutely breaks for her, you guys. She did not deserve this. This was a baby. I will keep you guys updated as more information is released. And we will continue to post on Kei'Mani's case, and we are still going to fight for justice. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this update.
Y'all, that's sad. Just like I said, something was fishy about all that. I knew something was fishy about that. He all on the news. Lord Jesus. He all on the news talking like he's just so distraught. I'm going to see, can I know. Hold on. Give me a minute, guys. Lord Jesus. I'm going to see, can I pull it up? Because he all on the news talking like he was so distraught and standing next to the grandmama like if you know what I mean? It's so sad, y'all. It's so sad. I'm going to show y'all a quick clip of him standing next to the grandmama talking, and the grandmama standing there like everything's just okay, fine and dandy. Baby, stop playing, girl. Stop playing. It's so sad, y'all. She knew that was going on. She knew that was going on. I believe she hid stuff in the garbage like the family members say they seen her doing. I believe all of the above happened. I'm telling you. She knew that man was messing with that baby. She knew that. And she sat right there and let all that go on and happen. So I'm going to pull a video up with her, the dad, and the mom. I'm sorry, the grandmama. And the grandmother's boyfriend, because we ain't finna be saying that was Kei'Mani dad. That's her name, y'all. We no longer finna say that's Kei'Mani dad. That was not Kei'Mani dad. That was the grandmama's boyfriend. He's standing in the news clip acting all innocent, like, Lord Jesus, have mercy. Have mercy, Lord. So sad. I knew something was fishy about that. I just knew it. I knew it. Oh, Jesus. So basically, y'all, it's another NAZIYAH Harris case. And that's so sad. We just seen all this happen with NAZIYAH Harris. Nobody ain't open their eyes. Nobody ain't say, oh, okay. I mean, nobody ain't stay woke. Come on.
Other than her and I, it's just the two dogs in the house. So who cut it on? So that was kind of suspicious. Then her glasses and her underclothes were by the couch.
People, if they see her, to call police. The teen's grandmother says she's not the type of kid to run off.
She always calls me and asks me prior to going somewhere, can she go? She's a latchkey kid. So she has her own keys for the home. She has a phone just in case anything happens. She can contact somebody. She's very responsible.
Kei'Mani Sunday night after she called him, he handed out.
I don't think a 13-year-old should be left at home by herself. Is it just me? Or I got a grandbaby around that age, and she get off the bus at 2:00. She might have to be home sometimes 5 minutes by herself. I don't even play that. No, because that's all it takes is a second to get snatched up.
Sunday night after she called him, afraid to be home alone.
I came over here because she said that if...
No, you ain't go over there. You lived in that house. You lived in that house. See, that's another lie that the grandmother and him was telling.
It seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house. So I sat.
And that's the excuse they made because they was already trying to cover up what had been done to that baby. And look at the grandmama standing her ugly ass there like she don't know shit.
For an hour, me and my cousin, we sat over here. And we left around like 12:30-ish.
The girl went missing from Elm and Bronson. Toledo police are investigating.
They came inside. They looked around. The officer requested to see her room, how it was set up and all of that. And she went through some of her things, but they didn't take anything.
It's Sunday night after she called him, afraid to be home.
I don't know, y'all. I want to go get the bike drop on the story, go to some of the family members' pages and kind of peep the scene a little bit, because we definitely know that that was somebody that knew she was going to be there alone, which could have been a neighbor, or, you know, it had to be somebody that knew she was going to be there alone. Why was she even home that time of night by herself? Like, it's just, I mean, I understand we as parents got to work, but we in a generation and a time where kids can't be home alone by themselves. Ain't no more of that. I don't even leave grown men around my teenage granddaughter. I don't care. It can be a man, my boyfriend, somebody I'm dating. Do I know him? Yes, I know him. Do I think he'll ever bother my grandbaby? No, but it ain't what the heck I think no more. No, that's crazy. Now this baby just missing. And they found her pajamas in one place in the house, her glasses in another place, and her underwear. Come on. All right, YouTube. So that's the first video I did on it. And I kept saying that something is fishy. And I want to go look on. I said specifically I want to look at the dads, because he was saying he was her dad. He's not her dad. He's the grandmother's boyfriend. I specifically want to look at his page and the grandmother's page. I can just tell it was something fishy with these two. I don't know. This smell kind of fishy to me, y'all. This smell kind of fishy to me.
Home alone.
I came over here because she said that if it seemed like somebody was trying to break into the house.
He was finna say if. No. You know what, motherfucker? I hope they give you the chair. So, y'all, that's the bike story on it right there. Unfortunately, a body has been found 10 minutes away from this little girl home, and they think it's her. And, yeah, this another NAZIYAH Harris case. It gives me chills. But I knew something was fishy. I knew something was fishy. Boy, y'all won't stop playing with these Facebook and Instagram and YouTube detectives. They ain't even playing. They gonna push the issue to the end. Because they were saying she went missing on the Sunday, and children commented on the mom's page like, no, I seen her in school Monday. She ate lunch with us. Stop playing. Y'all, I just wanted to bring y'all that update. So allegedly the little girl has been found deceased in an abandoned home. And yeah, justice for Kei'Mani, man. Another NAZIYAH Harris case. YouTube, I can't stress it enough. Stay woke. Stay woke. When you looking at people and looking at things, look with all three eyes. Stay woke.